the late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the daily video. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? A lot of people in here, but nothing is happening, so that's a good news as well. That's a good news as well. Ron Adopter is in the chat. That's nice. That's nice. Martin is in the chat. Steve is in the chat. Who else from the TFN club is in chat? Steven, Martin, and Ron. Nice, nice. Glad the TFNs are in here. Anyways, guys, we do this show every single day, 9:30 Central European Time. You know, we are looking what Bitcoin is gonna do. So today, you know, on the agenda for today, it's looking what is doing exactly over here in this little ring, right? So we're gonna zoom really nicely in on the 5-minute chart and try to figure out like what's gonna happen next. Are we gonna get the pullback? Because you know everybody wants the pullback, you know, on the line and down here, down to the line. Everybody wants the pullback, right? Because if we get pullback, then we can, you know, bounce really nicely. But I'm here to tell you that I don't think that there will be pullback. If there comes a pullback, all nice, but I don't think there will be a pullback. How's the chat doing, by the way? Good evening from Australia. We got Australians in here. We got some from some people from, I think, Thailand. Yeah, Thailand, Ireland. Ireland is in the house. Austin, Texas is in the house. Who else? Who else is here? Detroit is here as well. No, it's not a country. It's a city, but you know, it's a big city. Anyways, guys, okay, let's get into charts. So we'll do the technical analysis first, as always, and then I will take some Netherlands here, Los Angeles, Barcelona, Rotterdam, Serbia, Mauritius, Sweden, Indiana, Spain, ATX, South Africa, Belgium, Holland, Morocco, Croatia, China, Wales, Libya, Sweden, New Zealand, Brazil, Serbia, yeah, all of those countries, man, UK, Kuala Lumpur, wow, all over the world, Pakistan, California, nice, India, all over the world, Czech Republic, everywhere, nice, very nice. Okay, so we're gonna do tech analysis first. I'm gonna talk about what I think about Bitcoin, and then you know, if you got any questions at the end of the tech analysis, you know, you can post questions. So let's see what's happening over here right now. So we clean a little bit up here, and as everybody knows, like how you draw this triangle, it's kind of sketchy, you know, it's kind of sketchy. There are other ways to draw it. This is one of these ways, and I think this is the this is the way that you get the highest pullback, right? So what I'm looking for, how can you draw this line to get the highest pullback? Maybe something like this, then you get something like up here at 38.6, but then that was already pullback. But I would like to use this wick, right? And the only way to use this wick is to use this wick over here, this wick, and this wick over here. You get the line, and you get some kind of pullback down to 37.9. So if you know the optimal pullback, the number I'm looking at is actually here at 37.9 if we are gonna have a pullback. But I'm also here to tell you that I don't think there will be pullback. Matic is up 9%, guys. I can see that, you know, there will come a Matic video after this in 1 hour, like on Matic video on the YouTube, so you can go check it out. But right now we're gonna see what's happening with Bitcoin. So you know, if we're gonna get a pullback, I'm looking for 37.9, you know, because it's a nice number. We can also get a pullback all the way just down to 39.2, you know, which is pretty really, but pullback down to 39.2 is not actually the triangle pullback. It's just a pullback back to the resistance down here, right? So you know, that might happen. So these two numbers I think are important right now, the 39.2 and the 37.9. So let's just write the number so it's easy to see, give or take, you know, 39.2 and 37.9. I think these, if there is gonna be any pullback, like I will be looking at least, you know, 39.7, at most 37.9. Anything below that, like, you know, we don't want to go there. But the pullback, you know, that, you know, everybody is actually hoping for might actually been already done, and I'm here to tell you that this might actually just continue going up and up and up and up and up and up. So you know, that might always be that might always be that. Let's zoom a little bit in on the 4 hour. You can see clearly here there is some kind of a triangle formation going on here. So we're gonna see how this is gonna play out. and I think it might just play out to the upside. It might just play to the upside, because although it does look like a triangle formation, it's more of a ascending triangle, and I'm going to show you why I think it's an ascending triangle and not a symmetrical triangle. So if you zoom in on the 1 hourly chart over here in this pattern, because we are really interested in what's happening here. Are we going to go up or are we going to go down? We'll also look at some moving averages up here, but the first thing that comes to mind is this line up here. But you know, after looking closely, I think this is actually the correct line, because even if you zoom out in the 5-minute chart, you'll see how these lines are really nicely. Besides these 2 weeks, it is a really nice line. So you know, the 5-minute confirms that 1 hourly is actually pretty decent up there. So you know, the upper line is pretty fine. Now here comes the problem on the downside. You know, are you gonna draw it like this, because this week is not actually hitting it? Now if you use this week down here, you're not quite sure which other weeks are you gonna use. Maybe something like this down here, right? So you know, there are several ways this line can be drawn, but I don't like this because it's just breaking too much. It's just breaking too much. So maybe something like this, give or take. Let's use the big one. And see what's, yeah, if you go to the 4 hourly, it does actually confirm it really nicely. So it must be this one. You know, it must be this one, because you can see here the wicks are actually confirming it really nicely. So if you go to the 1 hourly, it should be something like this over here, right? These things are complicated, man. These things are very, very complicated. Let's use this one over here. Let's see now, 1 hourly. Yeah, okay. Let's use something like this and call it a day. It really doesn't matter. It matters a little bit. Maybe something like this. Okay, it's fine enough. It's fine enough. Like, you know, you always have to change it. Koinski's in the chat. Koinski's in the chat. Say hello to Koinski, guys. Say hello to Koinski. Okay. So we got the triangle going on, right? And the question is, where is this going to go? Because this is a symmetrical triangle in an uptrend. So technically, it should break to the upside. Not only that, if you start looking at the RSI down here as well, you can see here that the RSI is going down while the price is actually going up. So while we are going into this symmetrical triangle, the RSI is resetting to the 0 line. Now the move is to the upside, so this should actually break to the upside. So we're gonna see. So that's why I'm saying that these move back. Then they can happen back down to 39.2, right, and back down to 37.9. They can happen, but I don't see them as that probable. I think this is actually going to go to the upside. It might go to the upside, and I'm going to show you why. Now if you go to the daily time frame, you're going to see that there are some really important resistances that we are hitting up here, especially this one over here and the other one up here. So these two, you know, these are daily resistances up here and down there. And if you zoom in on this over here, so now you'll see where the ascending triangle is coming from. If you zoom in over here, you can see here that the daily lines, daily horizontal resistance line are forming actually the top over here, and we are actually hitting the resistance on the daily and not the triangle. So the triangle is not actually, I think it's more like ascending triangle. But it doesn't matter if it's a triangle or if it's ascending triangle. I think both have probability to break to upside. So right now we are just keeping some kind of support on the downside, and we are waiting for to break on the upside. So for that, we're gonna bring some moving averages up here, and you can see here that we are sitting on the 1 hourly, on the 20 moving average down here. Technically it doesn't look all that well, but you know, the 20 moving average held down here, held up here. Right now this is the third time we are revisiting the 20 moving average, so this might actually continue going up. We're gonna see that, but it also might actually fall down. You know, it's hard to say. Let's just remove this and see on the 4 hourly. and you'll see on the 4-hourly that the moving averages, you know, we are just starting to getting close to the 10 moving average. So we bounced up here very hard, right, and then started going sideways because the moving averages were too far extended. So right now these moving averages are coming to us. You know, we might actually continue going here and sideways, maybe fall a little bit down and then, you know, get out of triangle, maybe even fall down to the 20 moving average and then bounce out. But I think it's more probable just to bounce off of 10 moving average. This is the 4-hourly time frame. You can see also on the 4-hour time frame, then in a strong uptrend, in a strong move to the upside, something like here, you never hit the 20 moving average. You're just hitting the 10 moving averages, climbing on the 10 moving average. But you know, those are the like strong uptrends, right? Strong uptrends. So we'll see how this is gonna play out. Let's go back to the line. So 1-hourly, I need my lines back, there we go. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's remove this one. I think it fits more agile. So if we don't bounce on the I think if we don't bounce on the 10 moving average right over here, if we fall out of the triangle on the downside, then we might actually start going sideways until we hit the 20 moving average on the 20 moving average down here. So it's very tricky. It's very tricky what's going to happen next, you know, but it's a triangle, and you know, when it comes to triangles, we trade the triangles wherever it breaks out. So right now no breakouts happened yet, It looks like it might actually fall on the downside. If you look at the 5-minute chart, you know, we are actually starting soon to be crushed towards the downside, you know, but it's 5-minute chart. Doesn't matter much. 30 minutes, on 30 minutes we are below 10 and 20, but right now this 50 is coming up here, so you know, we got also support here, so we might actually bounce. So what I'm gonna say here is that although I think the move might be to the upside, there is also probability to break the downside. And if we break on the downside, what I'm thinking we're gonna do is maybe we're gonna hit the 39.2. Maybe we're gonna hit the 39.2, maybe, because this 50 moving average coming really fast up there, and on the 4-hourly we might just start going a little bit slower down until the 20 moving average comes up to and hit. So 39.2 is most probable if we break on the downside. Now if we do break on the upside, you know, I'm not quite sure how far it can go, but you know, it can go. But you know, it's a triangle. It's a triangle. You know, wherever it breaks out, you know, nobody knows where it's gonna break out. Yeah, volume is still non-existent. Any questions? Besides, it can go up, it can go down 50-50. Depends on the news. Double M top pattern at the moment. Yeah, it might kind of be like, it might even be some kind of triple top. Use Fibonacci retracement on 15 minutes. Let's use on this one. Here, okay, let's use Fibonacci retracement, see what's happening with Fibonacci retracement. I'm gonna use it all the way up here or down there. Yeah, this one. But then you have the small move up here. 76, 618, right now hitting 32. I'm not really that proficient in Fibonacci's because I use them so rarely, but I know people like the Fibonacci's, but it just doesn't make sense to use Fibonacci where you got moving averages right below you. It's a triangle made by Tesla, probably gonna go down. No coffee. Yeah, I already had my coffee. I woke up like way too early. What are these YouTube buttons on your background? I got YouTube buttons on the background. Oh, that's 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers. So I'm waiting for the 100,000 subscribers. 100K to put into Bitcoin or put into Matic for 6 months. What do you think will perform better? Thanks. Absolutely no clue. But right now, in the very start, I think Bitcoin might outperform altcoins. but you know, over the long run, I think altcoins always outperform Bitcoin. I showed that I think yesterday or the day before that on the dominance chart. You can see here on the weekly time frame that 2017 bull run. In 2017 bull run, you can see here that you know, dominance fell from 97 down to 36, and you know, that means that altcoins outperform it, was outperforming Bitcoin. And here the bull run started in November, so runs somewhere around here, and you can see here that the altcoins have been outperforming Bitcoin in the long run. Only in the very start, Bitcoin outperformed everything, you know, when it started going up, and then, you know, altcoins figure out, oh look, Bitcoin is going up, and then everything started pumping, right? And now you can some kind of button, so you might get some kind of Bitcoin move to the upside, and you know, when everybody sees that Bitcoin is doing well, you know, altcoins might have a good run. The same thing happening here. Like every time Bitcoin has a some kind of consolidation and then it starts going up, you know, Bitcoin goes first and then altcoins come. Bitcoin's first and altcoins come. Bitcoin first and then altcoins come. You know, depends on how this this was actually quite large move from July to November, and then altcoins are at the very end. So you know, hello, the moving average guy. I like moving averages. I saw bearish divergence too. Yeah, there is the divergence on the chart. Let's see where, if we go down there. On the bottom side, it's a hidden bullish divergence because price is going up, the RSI is going down, that's bullish, so it continues going up. There is hidden bullish divergence, there is hidden bullish divergence, so the price is going up. And now there is no more divergence because if this isn't confirmed yet, if it falls down over here or something like that, and we still stay above it, you know, there might be some divergence, but there is no divergence on top side. And over here, there is also no divergence. This 1 hourly chart. Now there was divergence here, you know, price was going up but the RSI was going down, so we had this pullback to the downside, so there was divergence there. But between these two also there was a hidden bullish divergence, so you know, we're going up. But right now there is no divergences on 1 hourly chart, at least one hourly chart there is no divergences. Let me see on the 4 hourly. I don't think there is anything on the 4 hourly. It's really hard to tell, but I don't think there is anything on 4 hours. So I don't see any divergences that are really worth mentioning. On the daily chart, there is nothing. Everything looks fine, guys. Everything looks fine. And there was some hidden bullish divergences, you know, but those corrected. Later, Dr. My MI guy and Coinskid is king of Fips. See, everyone is waiting for 42 support. From that point on, the volume is coming. Tila, what do you think about the potential stock market creation Dow theory? I'm not quite sure what kind of Dow theory you are talking about, but I think the stocks, you know, the crash is coming, but actually, you know, timing the crash and stuff like that, not quite sure when. But you know, we've been talking about the big stock market crash now for 2 years, you know, and it just keeps on going up and up and up and up. So it's kind of hard to time it. Need to get above 42,300 with volume. Thoughts on volume of batch inflows? I'm not quite sure what it is. What shampoo do you use? I use water. I use shampoo once a month, maybe. CK, is it true that your day job is at Greg's? Also, expecting a pullback. You were so excited yesterday. What happened? Just because I'm expecting a pullback doesn't mean that I'm not excited. Maybe I'm excited about pullback. What is the 39,200 support line? That's the pullback that I'm actually expecting. I expect if there is gonna come a pullback, it's gonna come back to either one of these two lines, I think. If we are going to get a pullback, it's going to be 39.2 or the 37.9. I'm hoping for 37.9, but you know, it might be only 39.2, and or it might just flow right up to the sky from over here, and we get priced out like, and we gotta get FOMO in at 45,000, something like that. Use Head and Shoulders shampoo. Yeah, I actually had a Head and Shoulders. Is the wedge on the 4 hour? Is there a wedge on the 4 hour? Nah, it's hard to tell, but I don't see a wedge. I don't see a wedge. It doesn't make any sense to be a wedge on the 4 hourly. There is an expanding triangle, guys. There is expanding triangle that might actually play out. Okay, so this is this is a better formation pattern than the triangle, because it used the entirety of the pattern. Now, if this is some kind of expanding triangle, we might actually you know, expect a move all the way up from over here up to like 42,005, wherever the people is actually looking at, right? And if you get that, because this is a reversal pattern, so you might actually drop down if this actually continues and we cannot break the 42,002, something like that, right? So that might also be a thing. That might also be a thing. Never say never. We gotta see what's gonna happen. But if this triangle plays out to the upside, you know, we might just hit the upper resistance here. On the 4 hour, there is a head and shoulders pattern. Is there a head and shoulders pattern on the 4 hourly? I don't see it. I think something like this, but you know, it didn't hit. This didn't hit. You know, you have, it has to be some really kind of complex head and shoulders pattern to go down. Really complex, really complex. Why pullback if we just find support on the 10 MA? We didn't find on the 4 hourly. On the 4 hourly, you know, we haven't even hit the 10 MA. On the daily, we are nowhere close to the 10 MA. 10 and 20 MA are just about to cross, so we are extended from on the daily. 4 hourly, we haven't even hit it. On the 1 hourly, we are actually hugging the 10 and 20 moving average, but this, you know, hugging in these kind of moves might actually just drop hard down to some kind of 50 moving average, you know. Maybe on some kind of small time frames it looks nice, but on the 4 hourly, still haven't hit it. CK is retired from his coins collection, I heard. Are you invested in any altcoins? Not right now. Head and shoulders pattern which works only for necklace people. That cross, time to sell all altcoins. No, I think that cross is already priced in. I think everybody's been talking about that cross for the last week or so. So it won't have any effect. How would you invest trade if you have 20,000? Not quite sure. I sold all my positions, right? Incoming crash near. Not quite sure about it. Anyway, guys, the probability to go to downside is there. I'm looking at 39.2 or 37.9 if you are gonna get a pullback. Now, if you do break out of the triangle over here to the upside, you know, next resistance might be sitting around this area up here, around 42, give or take, somewhere like over here, right? Next resistance. Now, if we fail to break that resistance, these expanding, broadening, these expanding wedges are actually reversal patterns. Can be a reversal pattern. I mean, they can break to the upside as well. It can be a reversal pattern, so watch out. If you get rejected by this one over here, watch out for watch out for the way on the downside. Now, the best case scenario is we break that as well and just start going higher up. Then maybe hit some kind of 45,000 or something like that. Then go down and revisit support and, you know, continue going up to the moon, right? But you know, those are assumptions. Right now, the only thing we are actually interested in today, what's gonna happen, is the actually triangle over here. How is this gonna play out? Let's zoom in a little bit over here, just see a second one. So this triangle actually might be either a triangle or ascending triangle, right? This the ascending triangle that might be playing out, and then there is let me just draw the line over nice over here, someplace, give or take. Maybe this one is better. Maybe this one is better. Give or take. And some kind of symmetrical triangle that also might break on downside or upside. Whatever you do, watch out for a breakout, because breakout, when it comes, you know, it's gonna be a little bit volatile, and you know, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna notice it. And that's it for today's Bitcoin Daily video. I hope you got something out of this. Thanks for joining. Thanks, CoinSkid, for stopping by the chat. Matic, I will do Matic video. First video today after this daily Bitcoin is gonna be Matic video on the YouTube without notifications. So, you know, in 1 hour's time, go back to the YouTube channel and you know, find the Matic video and watch it. So I'll do own Matic video in its own channel. Okay, I understand people are excited because up 8% and stuff like that. You know, but you know, there will come. You know, today we're gonna do XRP, Cardano, Matic, VeChain, maybe something more on the YouTube, so do check the channel. Honza is posting the stop button. Thanks. I was just looking for the stop button. There it is. See you guys tomorrow at exactly the same time, 9:30 Central European time. Stop by.